What's going on, everybody? It is Jeremy, aka Sparks Comics here, ready to bring you guys this week's top indie comic picks for New Comic Book Day on August 24th. Let's get into it. We've got a great list. There's more than 10 that I'm picking up this week, but these are the 10 I'm looking forward to the most. And we're going to start at number 10 with one from Image Comics, and that is Radiant Black, number 17. Kyle Higgins, Marcelo Costa, bringing us more of this incredible universe. We've got Radiant Yellow coming in on this one, and is that going to be enough to help him take down these enemies that have been popping up? Who knows? We're going to find out this issue. We're headed towards the end of another arc. I think 18 is the end of the next arc. So we'll see what's going on here. I've really been enjoying everything Radiant Black universe, the massive verse. From Radiant Black to the Dead Lucky. Radiant Red was great. And Rogue Sun, I love that it's set in New Orleans. Some of them I think I'm going to start going towards a trade read, but I will still talk about these because they're fantastic. Rogue Sun I think I'm going to go to reading by trade paperback. Same with Radiant Black after this arc ends. But Dead Lucky I'm sticking with single issues because that was fantastic. And I gotta know what's happening in this first arc. Lots going on. But I think Radiant Pink, I'm going to pick up single issues too. So gonna keep with the massive verse for the long run because I'm enjoying all the parts of it. But as with everything, you got to read how you like to read. And so for me, I think with these stories that are going to go on for a long time, I want to get the trades and read that way. Moving down the list, we are going over to another one from Image Comics, and that is New Masters number 6 of 6. It is the last issue of this awesome story from Shobo and Shove Coker. Dramatic conclusion to the story. Everyone wants to get their hands on the Eye of... as Diamond calls it in here. That's hilarious, but... yeah... It's been a while since I read the last issue, so I don't remember the exact name of it, but essentially, everyone wants to know what's the information on this thing. The outcasts, the star pilots, their unlikely allies make a desperate final stand against the overwhelming forces of Gideon Ujumaj Private Army. We're about to have a war break out over this thing that's got such interesting information on it that everyone's willing to kill for it. So we'll see who wins this fight. I'm hoping it's the good side of this, but the world that they've been creating here is fantastic, and I love it. That was for number 9 from Image Comics. Number 8 also coming from Image Comics, and that is Public Domain issue number 3 from Chip Zdarsky, doing the writing and the drawing. Chip's doing so many fantastic things right now. I'm still digging his Daredevil that he's got coming out, but he's also over there writing Batman, one of the Batman runs. I don't know, there's like 20 of them going on right now. Big things happening in issue number 3 featuring the fan favorite new character Dee Donovan. That's her on the cover. I think I have a thing for powerful women. It has a lot to do with stuff that happened to me as a child. I don't want to get into it here. That is the exact reading of what it says for the preview for the book. He's been putting some pretty funny previews descriptions on here, so if you haven't been checking those out, do check them out, even if you're not reading the book, because it's pretty funny. But the book itself, I think, is fantastic. I've really been enjoying this whole thing because I feel like there's some real-world things going on similar to this where the creators aren't getting credit for the stuff that they've created for these bigger companies. So I think this is him kind of throwing some of that out there into the world and in comic form, of course. So that is my number 8 pick this week. For number 7, we're going to Aftershock Comics with A Calculated Man, issue number 3 from Paul Tobin and Alberto Albuquerque. I have loved this whole story so far. First 2 issues, Jack Beans. He is such an interesting character. He's just like, oh, I gotta do things this way because, I've done the equations and that's what has to happen. And I'm doing all this, and he's finding love, and maybe he's made a mistake. It's motorcycles, mayhem, and math as Jack Beans finds the equation to staying alive and out of prison to be harder to solve than ever, with the entire Keys crime family and the whole of the U.S. Marshal's office getting close to zeroing out this ex-mob accountant. And if that wasn't bad enough, Jack is finding himself way over his head in another area. Does he have a girlfriend now? Yeah, so this is such an interesting story. I really dig what's been going on here. Paul Tobin also has Bunny Mask issue number 4 coming out, ending the second story arc of Bunny Mask. That one didn't quite make the top 10. It was like right at 11, 12 for me. But I did try to keep it to 10 this time. But, so yeah, 2 awesome stories from Paul Tobin coming from Aftershock Comics this week. Let's move down to the number 6 pick this week, and that is coming from Behemoth Comics with Illusion Witch issue number 3 of 6 from Ruben Romero, Andrea Errico, and Alexandria Monique doing the awesome cover here. The Illusion Witch book 3 plunges Adia into the depths of Sari, accompanied by Baru. She will meet Kelvin, Orion, and Syra, the Circle. As Adia struggles with her new reality, her companions will begin to question the Siren's choice of Adia, leaving the 3 to make the first move to take Adia off the board. So they're the ones supposed to be kind of working with her to help defeat the kind of evil in this world, but they don't think she's capable of doing it because, well, she doesn't even know that she can do real magic coming into this, and she's thinking she's just, an illusionist. So this has just been so cool. I really love Baru. Super cool character, super cool little animal companion kind of character. Love it all. Fantastic story coming from Behemoth. We're about the halfway point here. This will be 3 of 6, so please pick this one up. You will not regret it. And this was number 6 pick. Speaking of Behemoth Comics, though, the number 5 pick is also from Behemoth Comics, and that is Neverender issue number 4 of 6 from Devin Kraft. Devin, we had on the channel recently talking about Neverender and all kinds of cool things, his inspiration, his reading, all kinds of cool stuff. It was a fantastic conversation, so if you haven't checked that out, please go check that out. I can link that up here in the top of the video for you guys to click that and go on and watch that later on. But you want to see what else is coming up in this video? Stay tuned for the rest of the top 10 here. The strong eat weak meat. After the death of its glorious leader, the Colonial Republic is reeling. Ji-Hai Moon, the heir apparent, must reconcile her dedication to the Universal Duelist League while dealing with a regime toppling rebellion. Lots of stuff going on. The artwork on these covers is so cool. Absolutely love it. But the artwork on the inside is really awesome as well. We get this black and white, lots of different shades. Really cool. Really fun. And the sci-fi story, like, I love a good sci-fi world where they start explaining the rules of the world, what principles that we can, look at. Can this piece change? Can this, how are we going to get there with this world? And just this idea of these different powers, not powers, but like, I guess powers in terms of governments kind of thing. And the dueling between those that are in space versus those that live on their Earth, Terra. And I don't know, just so much fun seeing the different parts of this world, and then the story and what's going on with our main character, and diving into him getting into the dueling league, and all of that has just been a fantastic ride. So go check this one out. Issue 4 coming out this week, but you should go back, pick everything up. Don't wait for the trade on this one. You want to read this one right now. Coming down to the number 4 spot on the list, we're going over to Scout Comics with By the Horns, Dark Earth, issue number 4 from Marquisen Nasso and Jason Muir with Steve Cannon on the colors. Some of us believe this world must be cleansed of filthy magic. The words that Owlslyn Captain Shinora Zell spoke in the snow hills of Ataraxy still burn hot in her mind as she recovers from her brutal fight with Elodie and plots to avenge the Tiger Fang enchantress Fang Po. Whew! I gotta take a look at this one. I have read this issue, and yeah, it continues to amaze. If you're looking for a fantasy world that is just nonstop action, heart, emotion, just all of it thrown into a cool story about what starts as a story about getting revenge on unicorns and is turned into so much more. And I feel connection to the characters. I feel their emotions coming off the pages, and then we come to this one where we focus on a character that maybe hasn't really, you might have seen this character before, but now they're coming back. And this is something that when we talked with Jason and Marquisen on the channel, they said, hey, any character that's popped up before very likely could come back, and very, very much will come back and get highlighted, and something's going to happen with them. And here we see this Owlslyn captain getting the spotlight, and we know that they support destroying magic in the world. And so the fact that Elodie is trying to restore magic really puts them up there as a potential new threat and new villain against Elodie. All of the consequences from Volume 1 are coming back into Volume 2 right now, and it's fantastic. By the Horns, Dark Earth, number 4 pick this week. Number 3 this week, Boom Studios bringing us Grimm number 4 from Stephanie Phillips and Flaviano. Grimm has been fantastic. I love this character that we have seen built here, Jess, and the idea of this world, and I can tell where she's going and what she's becoming as each issue progresses. But how is that going to happen? How are we, what happened to the Grim Reaper? Like the original Grim Reaper. Like, so many cool things happening in this world, and the artwork is just beautiful. So with her very afterlife at stake, Jess must confront a dangerous figure, raising questions about her own death. Now a fugitive, Jess needs answers and is running out of options. Luckily, a new powerful scythe might be the key to deciphering the entire mystery. So that's the one thing that also remains as a question throughout this is, how did she die? She tried to access that. She did find out, I think, 2 issues ago. And now, as the reader, we don't know, but I'm sure that is going to be coming up very, very soon as we head towards the final issues here of Grimm. I love this world, though. It is fantastic. Stephanie Phillips can write. She has proven time and time again, from Harley Quinn, from Nuclear Family, from Grimm right here. There's so many other things that you can find her mark on creating a world, and Grimm has been fantastic. There was tons of hype about it at the beginning, and it was well-deserved hype, and here we are hitting issue 4. The hype is still there. I love it. And that is my number 3 pick this week. So you might be saying, okay, you're hyped about this one, you're hyped about number 4, number 5, number 6, like all of this list. How are the books any better? Well, we've got 2 issue 1s coming in here at the end, and one of those I got a nice preview of, got to read it, got to put a quote together for it, and there was like kind of a viral Twitter campaign talking about End After End, issue number 1 from Vault Comics, from David Andre and Tim Daniel doing the writing. Sunando doing the art on this, with Kurt Michael Russell doing the colors and Jim Campbell doing the letters. Life is nothing if not a series of endings. Schools, jobs, friendships, love until the end. Walter Williams' end was fast and unpredicted. His was an unremarkable life. So, how is it that his story continues as cannon fodder in an endless war waged against an insatiable darkness hellbent on consuming all of existence? And is Walter right in believing he's arrived in the midst of this titanic battle as the one destined to finally end it? That's the tale of End After End. It is just so much going on in this first issue, building this world, and I feel like if you feel like you're being pulled around a lot in the issue, that is how Walter feels. He has been thrust into this war, thrust into battle, and essentially thought to be cannon fodder because most people that enter this battle after they have died in the real world become cannon fodder. So those that last long in this fight are truly unique people. So it's possible that they could be the one to bring an end to the end. And I think where they start this story is so fantastic, and I'm excited for it to come out. There is, I believe, a really cool, I think the cover B is Liana Kangas. Yes, Liana Kangas' cover is beautiful, fantastic. She just had True Cult come out last week from IDW. Great artwork. Go check that out as well. I absolutely love that. It was one of my top picks last week. So go check that out. But coming into the number one pick this week, this one's also one from Boom Studios. And this one, I just absolutely love. It's Wind. Wind, the Throne in the Sky. Number 1 of 5. We're into the third story arc of Wind from James Tynion IV and Michael Dialinis. I believe I have finally figured out how to say that, but I could still be wrong. I always think about, he has it in his Instagram that says how to say the last name, but I forgot a little bit. The Wind saga continues in this epic new volume from Eisner Award winner James Tynion and artist Michael Dialinis, the GLAAD award-winning creative team behind The Woods, which if you haven't read The Woods, also highly recommend. The Woods is just a phenomenal fantasy type story, and that's what they're bringing us here with Wind. The land of Ezreal has grown darker and more dangerous as tensions between the human and fairy realms threaten to erupt in an all-out war. Could Wind be the only hope for peace, and what will his destiny be if he truly is the one of the legendary Winged Ones? Prepare to embark on an extraordinary fantasy adventure and discover a world of mysterious legends, ancient prophecies, and the brave heroes at the center of it all. Volume 1 was a boombox book, and I will say it did have some elements that, could be more targeted to a younger audience. Volume 2 is very much not a boombox book, and it says Boom Studios on it. There is death, there's violence, there's a lot going on, and it's just getting more intense. I feel like where we left things off with Volume 2, things are just going to get more intense, but this is such a fantastic world. You need to check out this world because it's just one that I will always talk about when given the opportunity. James Tynion's such an incredible writer, and this world does not get talked about enough. Everyone's talking about Something's Killing Children, The Closet, Department of Truth, all of his stuff going on Substack, and his Batman run, but nobody talks about Wind. Wind is one that everyone should be reading, so go check it out. 2 trades already out for the first 2 volumes, so highly recommended, and I am super excited to pick this up this week. And that's it. That is the top 10 picks for the week. Thank you guys for watching. As always, collect what you love. I'll see you next time.